Alright, so what's up YouTube? It's the Night Sun here, back with another video. And this video is gonna be about spirituality versus religion. And this is a topic, of course, many people speak on, but I just want to put my own spin on it for real. And my own perspective on it for real, because I think, let me just give like a brief history of my understanding. Probably in 2020, when spirituality started to boom, like I said, COVID happening, everybody just on their phone and stuff, and everybody starting to, look at the lockdowns, and everybody starting having spiritual awakenings and stuff. Everybody like, some of the spiritual people on the internet was kind of like pushing spirituality as like the next religion, right? And they telling you it's a certain way you're supposed to be doing things, and of course it is a certain tradition and way you're supposed to do things, but it was also being a lot of lies being pushed into the forefront, and it was giving it a bad rap. And in my mind, 2020, I was only 18. I just turned 18, damn near about to graduate high school. And I'm like, damn, like, in my head, something was off about it. I'm like, why is like people pushing spirituality, and it's like, it's making it seem like it's a religion. When I think this is like one of my favorite quotes. I like, spirituality is more about you. It's spirituality. It's about the individual. It's about the individual's relationship with the higher power, God, the universe, whatever you really deem it to be. And people just constantly speaking about, it was just putting a block on it. It was just putting like a certain way of doing it. And that's the thing that always pushed me away from it for a long time. Not even a long time, probably like a year or two, be honest with you, because people were putting too many labels on it. And it's like, and also people just they wasn't being realistic with it. And it was like, come on, like in my head, it was a turn off to me. So it made me, let's say, if I can do it like a timeline, I was waking up in 2020. I didn't really start taking myself serious to like 2022, 2023. And then I started getting that feeling like this is not, like, it's something off about this. And then I went to nihilism. And nihilism was just like my main thing that I was really going off of. I'm like, okay, I didn't think nihilism was as bad as it was. It is kind of bad if you allow it to be, in my opinion. Maybe I was a half nihilist. I don't know. Like I said, I was never really like a down in the dumps. Like, how some nihilists, they just like, life means nothing. I was more on the positive end of that spectrum where, life means nothing, but you can make it mean something. What if God don't exist? You mean shit. You're supposed to still do what you're supposed to do and take your highest, try to achieve your highest that you can. Like, that was my perspective on it, and that's what I did, right? I was trying to just, what they say, the goal of nihilism, to become the ubermensch, the superman, the superior man. That was my way of thinking about it. So I'm like, okay, well, I can deal with this. I think Friedrich Nietzsche, I think he made the book Will of Power. I was reading that and just going through it and really understanding what it truly meant to really be, a nihilist. And I was dabble with that, but the spiritual. The thing about spirituality is that you realize that it'll keep calling you back to, it's almost like in the Matrix how Neo, who was getting like these little signs, like synchronizations, would be like, look, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to realize what's really going on. It's kind of like a call to destiny, or destiny call, right? How you just keep getting that call until you pick it up. That's kind of how it was for me. Like, I put it down, pick it up, hang up, pick it up, hang it up, and then I guess right now I'm on my last time picking it up, and I'm not about to hang up until until I'm getting called back home. That's really how I'm thinking about it, and that's my perspective on it. And now that I'm really into it and I got to really understand what it was, I realized how there's a structure to just being a spiritual person, but it's more catered to who you are as an individual, right? Just because you're spiritual don't mean that you don't follow rules. It don't mean that you don't have certain traditions. It don't mean that you are absolved of everything. It's more, in my opinion, it's more fluid, but it's still a chain of command that you follow. I think some people in spirituality at that time were just telling you that, you God, and they just telling you that you can do whatever you want. And like I said, one of my favorite sisters, Brother Yosef, be speaking like, you can't just do what you want. That's borderline like psychotic in my head. Like, people just be doing what they want. It don't matter if it's good or bad. Like, good, of course, that's positive, but like people that just be doing bad things and not really caring about who they hurt is like, that's psychotic. That's, In my head, that's demonic. I don't get how people even operate like that. And that was the type of thing that was being pushed. And I guess the more true way of spirituality was, and another one of my teachers, Madhu Sudana, was speaking about how like spirituality is about forgetting things, and forgetting things that more go to the ego. But I'm not about to go too far on that point. Baseline, that's what I got a greater understanding, was that spirituality is something that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially something that's catered towards you, your upbringing, the way that you think. Overall, it's a spiritual system, right? And it could be any spiritual system that you believe in. It's just more about being more hands-on to who you are, catered as a soul and as an individual. And then one thing I realized about religion is more cultural, right? Even though spirituality is cultural, but religion is more cultural, it's color-based, and it's kind of also, you know, not like I said, to a certain extent, I don't disagree with religion. I think I just never followed it because it seemed like all religion, they try to point themselves as the right way to go. And the thing about it is, in my head, I believe that all religions are all spirituality and religions are all the right way to go. There's no wrong way. So that's why I don't like it. They're trying to make everybody feel like they're going the wrong way if they believe in something else. And that's really my main problem with religions, is that they try to, you know, set themselves up like they the right way to go, and any other way that you look, or, you know, even if you question other things, you are going the wrong way. And I never really agree with that. And the way that these religions are used, they're used for very destructive ways. And maybe that's just me and my perspective. Maybe I just do. I know I need to do more research on them, but the mass appeal to them and the mass way that people explain them, and maybe, if I'm be honest, they got bad representatives that, you know, sit on at the forefront of these, you know, all these religions, and I don't like that. But, you know, I think that all religions and all, you know, ways of life and paths, spiritual system has their own advantage and their own, you know, benefits. Like, one thing about me is when I realize that when people have a certain belief, if they're true believers, you leave them alone. Some people that really believe in certain things and they follow it to a T and they do their best to be like righteous people in whatever path they follow, you learn to leave those people alone, right? Because some people are honestly like, they fully believe that, and the thing about the mind is that it's gonna create whatever it believe in, and that's what I believe. Like, you know, like some people may really believe Jesus is alive. I don't know, and maybe Jesus have came to him. I'm not gonna tell them that. Even though I don't believe in Jesus necessarily, I wouldn't even fix my mouth to tell him that he's not real, or he a fake person. I'm allowed them people to dive into their own, you know, delusion. I'm not saying it's a bad delusion, but it's like, you know, it's helping them get by every day. It's kind of like religion is more for simple-minded people, if I'm being honest with you. The people that don't want to question reality or don't want to question the higher power. And not saying question is a bad thing, but just, you know, some people that just want something to just pick up and just, you know, follow it to a T and just go about their day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people don't have that type of complexity, and that's okay. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to even look down on you. It's just those things, if I say, it's whatever really floats your boat. And people got to learn to accept that and not feel some type of way about it. And then there's people that fake like they know what they talking about and fake like they know what they really believe in. Well, they fake that they believe in it. And then they want to look at other people like they beneath them. That's the real problem I don't like about a lot of these people that partake in religion and these type of faith-based systems. I mean, they all faith-based systems, but all these type of systems, right? Is that they had the nerve to look down on everybody else around them. And that's kind of where my main debate is. My main problem is that they had the nerve to do that. And, you know, they not even perfect. They don't even follow the religion to a T. They not even righteous people of the religion, but they want to look down on somebody else. It's almost like politics, right? Like how people will look down on you for not voting, but they don't know what's going on in the vote. They just put their vote in. They don't vote every 2 years neither. But they got their nerve to look at you some type of way because you may not vote. They don't want to know how politics really even run, but they want to look down on you for not voting. It's crazy, right? So that's why I don't waste my time on people like that, right? I just be like, you know, I just agree with them. Go about my day. But that's really kind of like the difference between spirituality and like religion. It's like spirituality is more for the people that are, to a certain extent, it's more complex, but it's more individual based and kind of like catering to like the mind of the individual. And then religion is more, it's like for, not simple-minded people. Like, I don't want to say it in a bad connotation or in a bad way, but it's like, it's, you know, like, some people like really just, some people have a lot going on, but they still have the mental energy and the mental power to go that way. But it's some people that just only got so much energy and they can only allot so much time, but also they are accustomed to a certain way of thinking. So that's the way that they just gonna go, and you just gotta learn to accept that for what it is. So yeah. So if y'all like the video, if I like what I was saying, if y'all got any disagreements, put them in the comments. I really don't, you know, I really don't care. I'm willing to debate. I'm really not. I wouldn't have the conversation, right? I'm not here to, you know, shun anybody or make them feel bad for whatever they think or whatever they do. It's just, it's more about, if I'm being honest, it's more about the dishonest people and the people that are just, what they say, the blind leading the blind, and sending people the wrong way, whether it's this way or whether it's that way. Excuse me. It's just they being dishonest and they just being crooked. That's the problem. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Thank you.